Everything you need to know in less than 5 minutes. Senna is extremely safe during the lane phase and nothing short of unstoppable in the late game. The only champion who has more range than you level 1 is Caitlyn, and after the lane phase you have literally the biggest range in the game due to your passive. Senna's passive is also what allows you to play this champion in either the support position or as a farming AD carry. Naturally, you will get items slightly later when playing support Senna, also known as fasting Senna, because you do not get gold from killing minions. However, due to your increased chance of soul spawns when you don't farm, you will still have much more gold than any other support champion. Due to that guaranteed income stream and infinite passive scaling, you can solo carry with this champion even as a support. Your passive is also the reason why Ginzo's Rageblade is so incredibly broken on Senna. Not only do you get critical strike chance for free, which will feed into Rageblade's on-hit damage, but the 20% bonus damage from your passive is an on-hit effect itself and therefore works with phantom hits. Your Q should be maxed first every single game, followed by your W, while leaving E at 1 skill point. Q is truly your bread and butter spell since it effectively functions as an auto attack that deals more damage, has even more range, and can hit multiple targets at once. In order to harvest a soul from an enemy champion, you must hit them with 2 attacks in a row. Your Q allows you to do that instantly, as you can cast it immediately before or after auto-attacking, so you do not need to rely on your attack speed for this. Senna's Q cannot critically strike, but it will fully apply on hit effects, further boosting your synergy with Rageblade. The hard crowd control on your W is super good to have on a marksman, but keep in mind that the projectile travels slowly and can be dodged easily. You should preferably use it to follow up on your teammate's crowd control to guarantee the hit, but you can also set up the spell by yourself if you have a slow on your basic attack from items or runes. Your E is what makes Senna so incredibly difficult to deal with for your opponents, because on top of your range you can make yourself untargetable in teamfights. You can treat this spell as a simple panic button you can always press when an enemy engage is happening. Keep in mind that you cannot attack during this spell's cast time, so always use it at the beginning of fights so you don't miss out on damage. Both your ultimate and the like button have global range. Therefore keep an eye on the other lanes from level 6 onwards so you can help your allies in a pinch or get a snipe kill on a fleeing enemy. In teamfights you use this spell just like your E when the fight starts, so you get the shield on all 4 of your allies and block as much enemy damage as possible. As mentioned earlier, Senna absolutely loves crowd control, so you can hit opponents with your second auto attack for your passive and connect more easily with your W. Due to that, your best rune page for carrying in solo queue is Glacial Augment, Magical Footwear, Biscuit Delivery and Approach Velocity, with Presence of Mind and Legend Alacrity secondary. Your shards are Attack Speed, Adaptive Force and Armor. Glacial Augment fits this champion perfectly because as soon as you connect with one auto attack, your enemy has almost no chance to evade your second attack, which triggers your passive. This keystone allows you to kite indefinitely by itself, but in combination with Approach Velocity, your engage potential is simply insane. Especially early game, your attack speed is comparatively low, which means you have a lot of time to reposition between your attacks. Therefore, Senna scales with movement speed super hard. The free boots you get at the end of lane phase also come with extra movement speed and further accelerate your power spikes. Especially your Q is quite mana hungry, but with Biscuits and Presence of Mind you should never really go even when you spam your abilities. Legend Alacrity is especially recommended for fasting Senna because it scales up quickly even without farming minions. In the AD carry position, however, you can take Legend Bloodline for a stronger late game. After starting with either Doran's Blade or Spectral Sickle, depending on your position, you want to get the core items of Kraken Slayer, Boots of Swiftness and Ginzo's Rageblade. Kraken Slayer is an insanely strong damage item on Senna, as you can apply its true damage reliably with your Auto Q Auto combo. Additionally, the true damage scales with your bonus attack damage, and you get free bonus attack damage for every single soul from your passive. By the time you finish Rageblade, you will most likely be approaching the 120 souls breakpoint for maxing out your critical strike chance. Keep in mind that Rageblade stops scaling at 100% crit, which means buying crit chance with items will be wasted eventually due to your passive. You will also not get any lifesteal conversion because Rageblade effectively sets your crit chance to 0, which means you cannot overcap. Therefore, you should be buying non-crit utility or on-hit items afterwards, but some players still go for Rapid Fire Cannon for the range overkill. While this is the general idea when you need to be the carry, you can also play Senna more as a utility support if you have another AD carry by your side. For the tanky Senna playstyle, you pick Grasp of the Undying, Font of Life, Bone Plating and Overgrowth for your main rune path. This keystone gives you a lot more pressure in lane, allowing your AD carry to farm more easily. For items, you sacrifice the damage from Kraken Slayer and instead get Frostfire Gauntlet, so you can still get the slow combos with your passive and set up plays for your team. Now, if you found that video helpful, you can access an entire playlist of educational content like this by clicking the link on your screen right there.